Hello to all of you, dear friends. How are you doing? Is everything fine? I'm pretty sure you're okay because you're practicing and going forward in learning Twinmotion. In previous sessions, we became familiar with glass and metal materials. Now let's move on to assigning materials to other parts of the project. I introduced the material section, and here I can select the concrete category. We have various high quality concrete in this software that we can use. Just click and drag, and as you can see, it provides us with various types of concrete here. We can test a few samples together and see the result like this. Here, these concretes with this look can make the project very attractive. This material could be suitable for the project. All right, so here, when you zoom in closely, so here, if I zoom in closely, you can see a texture on them, which makes the result very, very attractive. So here, if you can see, it's really very good. You can see the texture. For example, I select this one and I click with the material picker to open its settings. We have worked with these settings before, but I'll do a quick review from the beginning. In the tint section, where you can select a color like white and apply to the model by increasing the luminosity. As I told you in the last session, sometimes the color doesn't affect the model much. The reason is that the luminosity is at a minimum value and you need to increase it to see the result on the project. Here I'll use the same white color. If you want to test different colors, just select the color and click Stone. It saves the color here for you. Now you can compare different states and see which color is suitable for your own project. I'll use this same white color here and I'll increase the luminosity to achieve a look like this. Also, if I increase the grunge, it adds dirt and effects like rain stains on the project, which ultimately makes our work a bit more realistic, as you know. So I recommend that you definitely check the work from the camera view as well. For example, I click on this camera view here. I base my judgment on this view and looking from a distance, I see if the ground is too much or too little. So here I check. Here I can edit it much more easily like this. Very well. I return to the project environment here. I can check its UV section here and set it toward space, which makes the texture much finer. I also hit randomize UV so that the repetition isn't jarring. So look now, this texture here that I'm showing with the mouse, these are repeating. I can hit randomize or use local space. It depends on whether word space or local space looks better to you. So again, it's based on your decision. Perhaps we can make the scale a bit larger here, or maybe the texture shows itself better in this situation. It's very, very important that you know the real dimensions and scale of the materials. Very well. So here I can just accept it in this state for now. You can check the changes for other concrete types as well. We don't have any specific or new options in this section. Let me check. In the normal section, we can decrease the amount of bumps a bit and variety. Uh, Here, verify the other parts. The sound state is also on concrete, so if it is used for the floor and wiped upon, we will have the sound of movement on concrete. Very well, we can set the materials for the next part as well. I enter the material section, and the next material is wood. Now in this project, we don't deal with wood much. Perhaps if I go to the interior part, I can use wood material here. We have all its sorts of parquets. You can click and drag to place them. You can see parquets with different reflections here, and they have exceptionally high quality, as you can see. So here we have different types of material, and based on your desire, you can change your material. I just test a few models so we can see it together. For example, this parquet could be suitable for us. I select the material picker, and in the settings of this oak or wood material, I can test its options. For example, I want its color to be a bit more intense maybe and lighter like this. So I specify. Or if you need, you can tint white on it so it takes on a black and white look. and compare the result. I cancel it for now. I reduce the luminosity. I give it some grunge. So it's not too clean and looks more realistic. Definitely in the UV section, I test word space and local space here. And for example, in this state, I need to rotate this texture 90 degrees. So I do that. I place it in this direction and I can hit randomize UV. Well, its size has obviously become a bit small. I need to make its scale a bit larger here. So I do that again. Very nice. This is the material for this section. Looking from a lower view, we check. I think it's okay. That's nice. For this door part, let's use a wood model. For example, I can test this wood model or a wood that has somewhat different knots. My movement speed was high, so I moved a ways to reduce the speed. I think this model with this UV that's set on it by chance could be suitable and we can accept it. Very good. Oh, let's test other states. These are not bad either. So again, that's the problem of variety, right? These are okay. I think these could be suitable again. I check the other materials again to see if I can find a material that doesn't have these lines or at least has fewer lines. I'll test this one too. Very good. I think this is better, huh? So finally, I choose one of them. I just don't want its color to be like this, so I entered its setting. I want to shift its color a bit toward being darker like this. And here I increase the color influence. I give it grunge, definitely. And in the UV section, I select word space. I hit randomize so it sits better on the work. Again, I can perhaps make this a bit darker. It will have a better effect. Now, during the project, if needed, we will change it. I'll go back to this handle and I want to consider a metal for it. Not that one, that previous metal, but for example, a simpler metal like this, and the color I want to tint on it is an almost dark color like this. And after that, I hit OK. I give it luminosity and grunge again, like this. Now, later we must see how it will be in the render. So I'll rotate around the models to see if we have anything else here or not. I think it's okay. I can enter other parts of my work and check if the wood material has been considered for that part or not. We enter the upper floor and I can check the work there to, so here I check different parts. I think it's fine. Here on the floor, we don't have wood material. So I can come to the material section and consider another wood material for it here. Maybe this one. The only point here is that we don't have material separation compared to the walls and ceilings. I rotate in the model. If we see it leads to inappropriate changes in other parts, we will correct it in our main model. Once again, I return to this part and check from the camera view. I haven't signed anything extra, and for now it's okay. We managed to consider concrete for these parts, and we managed to work together on the metal, glass, and wood materials. And I will be at your service with the continuation of the project in the next session. Thank you so much. Goodbye.